My name's Matt.
All right, great. So I just wanted to ask, what's your purpose in being out here today?
My purpose is to show solidarity with my community and make sure that we all see each other and hear each other and feel each other.
Okay.
I feel like the new administration's purpose is to divide and conquer and make sure that we're all squabbling amongst ourselves. But I think it's clear that we're out here, that we all stand together, and that we're all going to fight for justice.
Okay, very cool, man. I wanted to ask, so beyond today, how are we going to fight for justice moving forward in the next 4 years?
I think that answer is something that, a lot of, I feel like the easiest way to say that is that it's going to be hard work, We got to be, what Obama said, we got to be a citizen every day, participating in every election, not just that, but like being vigilant about the different levels of politics, what's happening at the state level, what's happening at the local level, how we can be involved in that process, and we need to make it like it's our business like never before, we can't just be electing people and allowing them to do what we think they're gonna do. We gotta have our hands in everything. That's the only way we're gonna be able to reverse this tide and really make sure that, politics works for us as a people, as a community, You got Trump saying all these things that he promised on the campaign trail, and now he's double backing on all of that. So that's why it's so important that we have our people involved at every level, because that shows that, even if it's micromanagement or whatever, that we got to do that for our people.
Let me ask, who would you rather have in office, Trump or Pence?
Boy, that's a rough question because, Trump, I can't trust two words that come out of him, but I know for sure that Pence is ridiculously, unequivocally detrimental to the people that I care about in my community, and he has the political savvy and capital to be able to actually make some of these policies a reality. So I really don't know. I feel like the whole administration got to go, but if that's not an option, I'm gonna try to obstruct them as much as possible. But I think right now it'd be easier to deal with Trump than Pence.
Are you mostly politically active, or just because Trump got elected, you started coming out?
I've been very politically active, since I think my first moment of political activism or awareness was when we went to war in Iraq, and I think since then, it's only pushed me further to realize, government is for us, by us. So if we keep removing ourselves from that equation, it's only going to serve the people who care, people who vote, people who are contributors, the wealthy. So we need to really take back our government, be participating at every level if we really want this democracy to work the way it was intended to.
That's right. On a legislation level, what kind of laws would you like to see in place in the next 2 years or 4 years?
Man, I don't know. That sounds like a Christmas wish list right now, because, dude, I'd really love to see some finance reform laws going on, and I think that would really, tap into the populist side of both the Republican and Democratic Party, but also really encourage people to step out and participate. Something that I've been looking at is public financing of campaigns. The idea that everyone has the same amount of money to contribute, and that would be a really good way to level out the political playing field when people are going to vote or make their case. I think that would be really something interesting, and that could change the course of politics. But again, I don't really think that's going to happen in the next 2 years.
Okay. Now, how do you think a person like Trump, got elected in the first place?
I really don't buy the whole he says it like it is deal. I think he's just a rich dude who can get away with a lot of what he says. When you're in the public eye that long and you have all these connections, there's a little bit of an immunity around you, and we see it all the time within the celebrities, within our our culture. So when he's saying all this sexist, racist, blatantly bad stuff, and people say, oh, he just says it like it is, he's tapping into the racism that people have in this country, I think I heard, I forgot where I heard it, but someone said that this election, 2016, was white supremacy's last stand. And I really do feel that, people of color and minorities, women are all getting together. We're seeing that, white supremacy is waning. 2042, that's the date when, you know, like, it's going to be a black-brown majority country. And that date is looming, you know, on the horizon for all these folks who cling on to white supremacy. And, you know, we're getting more people on the side of justice. And I think that's what people are noticing, you know. Something that my professor taught me was, like, you know, it's not about destroying your enemy, it's about having more friends than your enemy, and we are definitely getting more friends.
Last question. What do you think is the best sign you've seen today?
The best sign I've seen all day? Man, there's been a lot of them, but I think one of the things that, you know, spoke to me was a sign, quoting Angela Davis, says, I'm no longer, was it, changed? Fuck. Give me a second. I'm no longer willing to accept the things I cannot change. I'm going to change the things I cannot accept.
Nice. What about your sign?
Oh, my sign. A woman's place is in the resistance.
Oh, very nice. Very cool, man.
Yeah, you know, like, I feel like, you know, this resistance, we need more women, more people leading this fight, and it has to be people from all over our communities, you know, every face, every creed, every, you know, person, and, you know, more women is great. Men, like, I think the thing that throws me off is that when men talk disparagingly, or when anyone talks disparagingly about feminism, they really don't understand how much they need it, you know, like, it's about the equality of the races, the sexes, and just being together and being cool with each other. That's all it is. We just try to have an equal seat at the table.
All right, thank you, man.
Thank you very much.